It is. We're bringing in meteorologist Rachel Coulter because we've been talking about the sunshine, the return. We know it's needed for cleanup efforts. Rachel, we also know colder temperatures are on the way. But man, did we get an update at the top of this hour that for folks in Florida is concerning.
Absolutely, and I hope everyone's heeding those evacuation orders. I know those are getting sent out, especially for those along the western coast of Florida. Right now, Category 5 Hurricane Milton in the Gulf of Mexico as it passes just to the north of the Yucatan Peninsula. Now, there is expected to be some weakening with time. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'll want to show you this again, those latest stats showing Hurricane Milton with maximum sustained winds of 160 miles per hour as this continues to move eastward, likely remaining at that Category 5 hurricane status through the rest of the day. Some weakening expected to Category 3, still major hurricane status, though likely upon landfall. Still a storm that needs to be taken very, very seriously as this works eastward. It looks like late Wednesday and heading on into Thursday is when those impacts are expected to our south. And from there, this is going to be pushing east. We're not expecting this to push north. Now, on the northern edge of this, I do think it's going to be a little bit lopsided by the time we get towards the middle and end of the week, where most of the rain will be on the north side of that center of circulation. I do think that that could bring some rain to the coast of South Carolina, some gusty winds as well. Marine issues will be, think about your rough surf, your rip current concerns. That's what we're going to be talking about. But here at home, what we're watching for, that's not only ushering in fall temps, but will likely keep that storm to our south, is this cold front that's moving overhead as we speak. So let's talk about our current temperatures. Upper 60s right now in the mountains, already feeling the impacts of that front. We've got right around that 80-degree mark for the rest of us. It's going to be another warm and even a little humid day for us everywhere except for the mountains, where you're starting to get that dry air to work in as we speak. Dew points in the 40s. What we're seeing right now in Jefferson and in Boone is going to be a tell of what's to come for the rest of us, where we still have dew points even in the upper 60s, almost in that tropical range in some of our South Carolina counties. So last warm day here of the 7-day forecast, temperatures above average in the mid 80s. But watch what happens with time as these dew points come down. By about 6-7 o'clock tonight, we're going to feel that more comfortable dry air in place north and west of I-85. And then finally, by the time that you're waking up tomorrow morning, it is going to feel refreshing outside. Here's how that translates over to our temperatures and why we've also been highlighting our mountain communities. Of course, I know so many are still without power, and these temperatures not only tonight but continuing through the rest of the week as those recovery efforts continue. We're expecting dry conditions, but it's going to be chilly. Those temperatures in the 40s, even some spots, those higher elevations temporarily in those upper 30s. Meanwhile, the rest of us will be waking up in the 50s, and this is back to about where we should be this time of year. Tomorrow will be a very seasonable day. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. That is typical for this time of year, but then we get even cooler. So low to mid 70s Wednesday and Thursday, waking up in those low to mid 50s. I'll put this all together for you. Here's your 7-day forecast. Fortunately, dry conditions expected here at home. Now, if there's any nudging to the north, we'll let you know of that system. But at this point, this cold front is not only going to keep that south, but it is going to usher in more fall air and conditions for the rest of the 7-day forecast.